Hey, how you doing? Welcome into the McManus Webcast here at SuckItUpUSA.com. I'm with my good friend Lonnie Marts, former linebacker mate, NFL linebacker for 11 years, and we are here at his facility at Godspeed Elite Sports Performance right off of Central Parkway. Lonnie, great to be here and back on the webcast with you, buddy.
Finally,
yeah,
back
this is awesome.
I saw you come in, you were all excited about running around in here. So,
I know. I tried to get Nate to do the shoot drill, but he wouldn't do it. We have to
smart man.
Find somebody else. Absolutely. All right, so we've been talking for years on my various shows and talking about your philosophies and what you guys do here at Godspeed. Now that I'm here, I mean, you can see the vision. You can see what you want to accomplish, what you have accomplished. Talk about the vision right here at Godspeed.
Well, the vision is obviously we have a lot of players that's going to come through here for the years that we're going to train them. What we like to do is get middle schoolers, bring them up to high school, and then have them also go into college. The reason we like to do that is because we feel as though athletes maybe get a bum rap now, and they do things outside of the games that they play that should not be done. And so what we like to do is kind of train them up from a young age, and keep them while they're older, and then have them return to train our younger athletes. If you look at the place right now, we're probably done about 10,000 square feet. The vision is to actually increase this by another 10,000. The entire place is 20,000 square feet. But 10,000 of it, I would love to increase to another 10,000 and actually have a full-size football field inside, all turf, ready to go. Parents can sit on the side, watch, and just have everything you need. That's the deal. That's the deal.
I was taking a walk through too. You have classrooms as well. So when you get these young kids in here, it's not just about getting them ready physically. It's mentally, it's emotionally, telling them about, hey, what hard work happens, what happens when you work hard and believe and achieve and all that. So it's more than just fitness.
Yes, it is. Well, if you think about it, we're going to have you come in, and we're going to talk to a little motivational speech when we go into the rooms and we sit down after we've done some film study. After, I thought about having Mr. Mars come in, have him talk a little bit about being on TV, what you should do, what shouldn't you do on the TV, and a whole host of things. Obviously, things that will actually better their performance outside of the football field or the basketball court or wherever they're at. I would really like them to be the most well-rounded athletes as possible, because we know sports is not going to last forever. You got to find something else to do, as you and I figured that out.
Absolutely.
And so if we give them an upper hand, then obviously when they get out of sports, or if it doesn't go the way they want it to go, they'll get back in somewhere else, and they'll continue to be great performers at whatever they do.
How many times, Lonnie, do you go back to what you went through and deliver that message? And then do they, here we go again, Coach Marts with his stories.
Well, you know what? I think they never get tired of the stories. And for each situation, we have a different story. So I don't hit them with the same one every time. And I also try to come at them different ways. If we're out here training and they're giving me a lackluster performance, I'm going to jump on them, but I'm going to tell them why it's important to do it this way. And that kind of leads into, hey, okay, I'll do it the way you want me to do it. So it's a little bit of motivation, but I hit the stories maybe. I give them a story every time we're out here training, but it's a different story every time.
All right, you have the great weight room here at Godspeed that is filled with everything you need in a weight room, without a doubt. We'll look through that a little bit earlier, and then you have this big functional field. How long are athletes out here? What are they doing? A lot of sports specific. Give us a little rundown of what happens.
Well, I'll tell you what's happening right now in the world of sports. A lot of people are going to sports specific training for younger athletes, which is not what we preach here. We preach overall athleticism here, because what will happen is you'll wind up getting kids pigeonholed into one thing, and if it doesn't work out for them, the whole world shot. So if you have a better athlete, then they can do whatever they want to do when they get older. So what we do right now is every athlete that comes in here, there's a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. You'll come in, you'll go through a warm-up, proper warm-up, getting the body nice and heated up. Then we'll stretch you out. We don't do a static stretch. We do a dynamic stretch. So we're going to move you through a stretch as you work.
Are you doing the A kick and the B kick?
Everything.
For warm-up? Are you?
Yes, we're doing it. You have to. You have to, because we're actually getting the body ready to move at a high rate.
So the A kick was just up, and then the B
kick was here. The B kick was here. We got the C to the side. We go backwards. Any kind of skip you can find, because we're going to challenge their motor skill development. And so if we can challenge that, you'll be surprised at how many kids are you know, in their senior year, and they can't back skip. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and you got to work on that. Right. So, once again, we'll take them through the warm-ups, and then we'll get them out here running, and we'll go through all the mechanics of speed, sport, and then we'll get into our sprinting. Always got to have sprinting. Sure. And from sprinting, we'll actually take them right off the field, move them into the weight room, and then you'll do upper body. Now, actually, you'll do a full body workout because sometimes when we split it up, it's our older guys. But right at this point, with most of our high schoolers, middle schoolers, you're going to do a full body workout because that's the way your body trains.
Weights come at the end?
Weights come at the end.
Always at the end?
Always at the end. Every now and then we'll switch it up just to keep the body guessing.
Right.
But most of the time it's at the end because we want to get all the speed and you know, the nervous system work out of you first. Right. Have it technical, and then go into the weight room. And we start pushing.
So your philosophy here at Godspeed is, learning to work hard, learning to train the right way, but you encourage multiple sports, it sounds like, right? Yes. And I believe that. I think basketball is so great for football players. Right. I mean, you think about when you're trying to cover someone on the football field, one-on-one, man-to-man coverage, and they get a running head start, and you have no idea which way they're going to go.
Right,
it's the same as breaking down in the open court of a basketball game and trying to figure out which way he's going to go and trying to go with him and stop him.
Well, we use a lot of different sporting terminologies to explain things to the different athletes that we have here. We'll take a linebacker or a tight end, and we'll say, hey, linebacker, we want you to cover this tight end, one-on-one coverage. And what we'll tell the tight end is, I need you to post him up when the ball's in the air. Okay. Now, if he's never played basketball, he doesn't understand what post up means.
Right.
But if he understands what post up means, and he all of a sudden gets inside of that linebacker, he shields him just like he's posting him up, and the ball's easily delivered to him. So when we do that, when you talk about you want to have that I guess what that log that when you can go back to it and say, hey, you know what? If I'm playing soccer, dribbling the soccer ball, okay, dribbling the soccer ball, how do we move past two defenders? Well, we got to shoot it through, or we got to actually fake them. Well, that's really good for a wide receiver trying to break through two defenders. Right. So we do the same thing.
Okay. So you'll simulate the other sports inside here
all day long. All day long. Because they all play. I mean, you're an athlete. Right. The best players, and what we found is to give a player a better chance at succeeding, he has to be an athlete, because at some point we all know it's on you. A coach can only do so much from the sideline. Right. It's on you. And if you can actually call on that log to say, hey, you know what? Man, there's something else I can do with this guy that may work. Right. Say it's defending a top-notch receiver or a top-notch running back. Mm-hmm. If you can call on something that will help you get in front of this guy or set him or shut him down, you're a great athlete.
Yeah, absolutely. And athleticism over brawn.
Yes.
Isn't that, it's so true.
It's huge.
I mean, you can always get the brawn, and sometimes you need brawn, of course, but you got to be athletic if you're going to make it.
And you know what? A lot of kids actually learn from viewing.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of them are kinesthetic, some are visual. What we do is we go into our meeting room, and we'll sit there and we'll watch film. Yeah. And we'll watch film of people doing drills as well as people playing full game real time, so that they can actually understand this is what needs to happen. This is a mistake.
Well, you see it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like when we watch film.
Exactly.
Like, man, you see how you screwed up, and it was better when you're by yourself and no coach yelling at you. But you would see it, and then you'd visualize it. Like, God, I get what I did right now. I can't do that next time when I see that come across my face.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in us that we can actually pass on to these kids. So film study is huge.
Okay. How about conditioning?
Conditioning, as you can see, we have about 37 total yards here. When we get to conditioning, we'll do anywhere from suicides to, honestly, we'll make sure that guys are doing runs back and forth, jumping. We add it all in, because one of the things that an athlete has to be able to do, he has to be able to move explosively. Mm-hmm. So you might think it's just sprinting back and forth is okay, but really what's happening is we need to get them jumping, sprinting, changing direction, and you don't need a whole lot of space.
Right. Well, you mentioned earlier about changing it up, because the mind is a powerful thing, and it's so true. If you do the same thing over and over and over again, your body gets used to it. Yeah. It's like runners. Yeah, you may always be thin and in great condition, right? Yeah. But you're not going to, at a certain point, you're not going to get any better. You're not going to get any more athletic or even more fit, because your body's used to it. Yeah. You go run 5 miles every other day or every day, your body eventually will be like, all right, I'm tired, but what else, Yeah. Then you shock it, and you wake up, and you're like, it's like playing I just started playing basketball. I get up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just, obviously the body is shocked, which if the mind is shocked, the body will follow.
Yes,
and that's when you get the growth, is what I'm getting.
Exactly. It's a principle, specific adaptation to impose demands. If we go ahead and impose demands, and we can impose demands different ways, what we like to do is we like to impose them by recovery time.
Right.
Because most athletes, they'll say, if I get enough rest, I'll be back strong, ready to go. Right. But if we don't give you that rest, or we time that rest, or put you under a little bit more tension for the duration of, say, a bench press, right, we got you paused in that bench press, and then, all of a sudden the whole game changes. So at that point, when we can do just a little changes here and there, the body will adapt, and we just kind of progressively go down.
Does Coach Marts get under the bar from time to time?
Every now and then, not a lot, not a lot. Everybody wants to see me get under the bar. They want to see me squat and do everything. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You guys do it.
But when you do.
When I do, I go after it. I go hard. then I got to take like a real recovery break.
Right.
Week, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. How about with film? Do you break out the old Lonnie Marts films?
I don't like to, but
how about wait a minute? How about Derek Brooks, Hardy Nickerson, Lonnie Marts down in Tampa?
Hey, I'll bring it out for them and I'll show them those guys. Yeah. Me, they're like, hey, I saw you. You were pretty good. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. But for the purpose of teaching. Yes, we'll break it out all the time, just because they need to see.
All right, so from training to teaching, what's the percentage during your workout?
70-30? No, you're always teaching. Always teaching during the workout. Okay. Always teaching. One of the things I like is I like to have my athletes know exactly why we do what we do. Okay. You should never be in the dark about what you're doing, obviously, because you want to make sure you're on board and continue to train and progress. So if you talk about in the classroom, our Saturday classes, we'll hit the classroom probably about 30 minutes, and then we'll be out on the field for about an hour. Okay. And so, about 7 to 30.
All right, you also are open to people that want to lose weight, change your life, get fit. One of my 6 keys to happiness and success is, being fit, feeling good about yourself. It gives you that swagger, that confidence. You're positive, glass half full if you feel good about yourself, right? You look sharp, you play sharp, right?
Yes, exactly.
But you have that for people as well.
Yes, we have adult fitness, and we call it, train like a pro. Now, I'll tell you this, it's for a lot of A-types, but we also do things where we actually get into kind of bringing you up to that point. We know that everyone is not an A-type. They're not going to come in and woo, ha, and get after it. Right. But we do have a class where we kind of gradually bring you in, get you started, get you on your way. And yes, it is easy to get involved, and it is easy to stay involved in the program because adherence is a big key.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so grammar school, high school, college, pro, everybody.
We got some for everybody. Actually, we would like to be known as an athletic family type. So if you want to, whatever you want to do, bring your family in, go and go. Yeah. We got it all for you right here.
Should we tell the Eric Williams story on this?
Yeah, you can tell it.
I'll leave that one alone.
I'll run away from it even now.
You got him so mad, then I got him mad. Joe Schwing was mad at us for getting him mad. That was classic.
Hey, Joe, don't tell behind us.
Well, it's great to be here at Godspeed, Lonnie. You're doing great work, and I know it's. And I'm not saying this just because you're here, but you really care about these people. You want to help them. You want to develop them. And you know what? It's not just about how good of an athlete you can be. You got to be well-rounded. You got to have your backup plan. You got to have your education. You got to have your head on straight. You're doing that all right here at Godspeed.
That's exactly what we like to have our athletes leave here and say, hey, I've learned from Godspeed that I have to be an overall well-balanced athlete because we don't know what's going to happen down the future. Right. So we got to get better.
Must be great when they come back. They go to college for a year, come back, they're like, wow, look at you, It's like coaching. You're a coach.
Well, you know what? They actually expect me to go, hey, man, I'm glad to see you. Get your butt in line and just start along with the rest of the high schoolers. So they're like, what? Get in line.
He gave me a nightmare. Every Wednesday we started practice with the ace skip. I remember being like, full pads.
You got to pick them up.
You got to pick them up. No doubt about it. Godspeed, EliteSportsPerformance.com. Make sure you check out Lonnie's website along with James Coleman, another former player as well. They do great work here for your little one, middle age, high school, college, you name it, they take care of them on and off their respective playing fields. Hug the ones you love. Tell them you love them because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. That'll do it for us right here on the Tom McManus Webcast. right here at suckitupusa.com. Lonnie, the L-Train, the man. It's great to be here at Godspeed Elite Sports Performance right off of Central Parkway. Until next time, have a good one, everybody, and we'll see you right here at McManus Webcast at suckitupusa.com.